Hello, Gemini, to your timeless, the love variant reading, where anything that wants to come up in regards to how love may show up or not show up in your life may be discussed, okay? Whether you're single, in a polyamorous relationship, married, divorced, widowed, karmic, soulmate, wherever you are, all right? Please remember that also if you're here because Gemini is in your Sun rising and or Jupiter position, you may find that this reading provides you universal justice. However, if you're here for Gemini being in your moon, Mercury, and or even Venus position, you may be in search of emotional redemption, where I will ask for you to check out my sister channel. The link can be found in the description box below. Also, a way to book any tarot services or healing sessions from me. I'm a master healer, and wherever you are in this geolocation of the globe plays no role of how well I can heal you. All right, Gemini, let's go right into your reading. Oh, Gemini, it's time to walk a bit with the ancestors. Ready for that? I feel some of you need to do a little bit more nose diving into your shadow aspects. Nine of Cups, fulfillment. Page of Cups, loyalty. Ether wants to see what you got, I'm hearing. What do you got? What do you have? What have you been sitting on for so long, Gemini? Four of Swords, recuperation. Who are you loyal to? If you mention somebody else, that is not the correct answer. You should be loyal to yourself. All right, Seven of Cups, delusion. Eight of Pentacles, perfection. Yeah, the third eye needs to be filtered, detoxed. Okay. For those of you, I don't know why I'm in this position in 2023, but we are. It's a rhetorical question. Okay. I know exactly why we're here. And me having to remind folks that fluoride is poison to the body. Please change your fucking toothpaste. All right. It is the one thing that I can tell you. The second thing I'm going to tell you is be mindful of your tap water, but that's neither here nor there. The further you go into understanding where you vibrationally could have been attacked, where you have trauma, are all means that if you travel through them in consciousness and you revisit those time and spaces and you heal yourself by bringing more consciousness awareness to injured parts of yourself, what you will automatically do, you will receive more recuperation because you're overseeing the timeline. Let's say you're in the seventh dimensional consciousness of healing now, and you go back in the fourth dimensional ways of trying to figure out what your ego is, what is it trying to define for you or not, and how to allocate the stresses from one situation to another. That's kind of like fourth dimension. So let's say you were pretty good at it before, and like having a good ego check, taking yourself very seriously, people admire you, whatever. It's not something, your ego is not something that anyone really had a huge problem with. But as you now have traveled into seventh dimensional timeline, perhaps, or wherever you may be in your spiritual awakening, you will realize that when you're at that point and you have to go into other dimensions and other timelines of your existence where they have been injured, and you travel there, whether it also be a past life regression for some of you who understand what that means. You travel to zones, and what ends up happening, you basically send a signal of your awareness that everything up to that point that has tarnished it and now has healed because you've succeeded in something is now going to send a signal that it no longer is in a wounded situation. It's no longer wounded, it's healed. It's so interesting trying to trying to fucking define simplicity. It's very simple. But the more I try to get the simplicity out, the more I realize it gets a little chaotic. So again, I will say this. When you consciously travel your own consciousness and you hit milestones and mile markers that have to do with fighting trauma, at that point you already have so much high vibrational energy that your trauma does not yet. That as soon as you bring your consciousness awareness to the trauma, you will be above the narrative. Okay, remaining above the narrative allows you to understand that anything then that would offset the triggering for the trauma is not necessarily much your concern. It's just the immune system boosting itself up again. Okay, like it's... I don't know, this is a really struggle to try to make this make sense, but I think you already understand I think you understand, all right? I'm being told to move on, so let's move on. Let's move on from that. Gemini. There's someone that someone really wants, but there is also a need for Gemini to think that they need to be perfect in order for them to even begin this. And again, you need a reminder that that's not how it works, in the way that the connection is maybe not yet in your hands yet, because in your mind you enjoy the space that you have currently to fulfill yourself, and the freedom and the loyalty that you have to just spend time and space however the fuck you want to is an honorary measure for you at this time. So you shouldn't really expedite the fact that you need to rush into your relationship, rush into perfection, rush into any kind of friendship or any type of anything, because it is a delusion to think that you need it. You don't need anything. Everything that is coming to your life, that fosters your life, has something to give to your life, is just here to remind you that you already have it, and you need other tools to bring it more out into life, to more reality, more acceptance, a fulfillment of loyalty coming from within and externalizing itself outside of you. And for that, Gemini, you're already fucking perfect, all right? It's a hard concept for you to let go of the psychoanalytical part of how perfect you need to be. It is like almost the external factor to what Virgo energy, your sister sign, does internally, you do externally, okay? You have a really good fanatical viewpoint of what needs to be happening at any given time, but the way you channel yourself to not run tired is the key to you realizing that you need to step that shit back all the way and create a safe zone that you can recuperate, that you can heal, re-energize away from people. There's a lot of spunk in this energy reading, all right? Look at that. We have balance, chaos. Yeah, like you are just so fucking good at what you don't see that you're good at, because everybody else around you is like, you do it so well, Gemini, and you're like, do what well? All right, there's chaos happening everywhere, and everyone around you is like, but I don't see it. And that's how you're starting to realize, to finding a narrative to what's happening inside of you, what's happening externally of you, and bringing that into the imagination, the ebb and flow of life. You know, feeling the fulfillment, feeling the enrichment of little reminders. There's little like childhood memories coming up for a lot of you. Sensory reflections I'm hearing. Like you smell something and it's taking you back to a timeline of 20 years. Like that's powerful. All right, we have Guangwani. Guani Gemini. Sexuality. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gemini. Gemini is like, oh, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah. And the card of seduction is here, the devil energy, Eton. All right, seduction. Here with sexuality, you are being pushed to the limit to exist. Go with the ebb and flow, Gemini. Feel the sensuality and sensual touch on your skin. I'm hearing taste buds, all right? Really, really, really heighten your senses, all right? Now, if any one of you out there are still suffering with COVID-19 symptoms of some sort of narrative from the system, please come see me, all right? We can get rid of that shit, all right? We can get rid of that shit. No one on earth can play God besides God themselves. So anything that comes and wants to tarnish the existence of immortality will never be able to achieve it. Especially now that Mother Gaia has now made a run for her money and telling everybody that she's still in control. And not ending, and not seizing. Anyway. So a lot of you are feeling the vibration of it needing to let go. Some of you have been abstinent for a while, which is a beautiful thing because you've been able to learn the balance of mental and sexual and understanding what loyalty is defined as. They're different to those two different sectors of the body. All right, one is a calling, I need sensation now and I don't care who and what does it, and the other is a soul need to feel comfortable in who answers this calling. This is something for you to think about on your own. This is your sexuality, this is your expression, this is your vulnerability going out there into the void of places. It would make sense to pay attention what you're doing, how you feel, so that if anyone triggers you the wrong way, then you become a bit more astute with what the fuck is going on with you, right? I mean, is it easier said than done? Yes, but this is a bit general because, well, we need to figure out what your issue is, Gemini. At the end of the day, why are you sitting here listening to tarot? Because if there's an issue of thinking that you're missing something, well, here I am trying to remind you that you're not missing out on anything. What you could be doing is changing around the energy of chaos to explore yourself, but you need to take that risk of the exploration. You need to understand the consent of yeses and nos and make other people obliged by them too. And if anyone breaks those rules, then there are rules set forth by either the system or the universal justice system for those individuals to receive karma for being negative towards you. Let's put it that way. All right? Anyway. We have initiation, healing, Yevkadamarva, Ifarada, and Ankorita, solitude. All right. Now it's time for if this is what you do, self-care, self-love. I'm hearing masturbate. I'm hearing self-love. Smoke cannabis. Reach your ancestors. Go into the void of the traumas where you feel hurt. But also explore in the fact that there's safety nettings of someone to be able to heal you through also the sexual exploration. All right, you can have sex and it being a healing quality, as long as you're open and ready for it to be a healing quality, as long as you trust the individual who is also recuperating for themselves and is not teaching you delusions but helping you understand the delusions maybe that you're questioning for yourself. That is another way to understand one set of differences from the other. Who to trust, who to navigate with. Who to trust, who to navigate with. Here, Three of Pentacles. Some of you don't really want a tied-bound relationship at this time. You don't. You want to have the expression of sexual magic. You want to have the expression of loyalty, of satisfaction, of gratitude. You want to have the ability to be heard and validated through the person that you are. You don't want to be kept bound. You don't want to owe anyone anything, all right? You want to just be free. And you are more than happy and more than capable to do that, because with all these Wands cards here, with 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 3 of Wands, you have something to answer to. And that answer is only going to be defined and coming through you, through your own things that you want to experience, to the own rules that you have, the own rules that you may break, and all the spiritual shit that you want to put to the test for yourself. You are in the beginning of your journey, and you are entitled to keep on that footing. All right. Be careful with your feet here. I'm seeing some feet issues, so be careful with your feet. Whether it's comfortable shoes, if you're walking too much, standing for a long time, arches, something with feet. Be careful. All right. This is very fiery. There's a lot of fucking fire. So you're ready to fucking go, Gemini. So go, 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 go. Fly, mariposa, fly. You're transforming. You need to understand where you've gone. That's why you need to understand. Look at that. We understand. You need to understand that you have everything there to understand. All right? We understand, we take advantage right here. We take what's ours. We tag. I'm hearing tag, you're it, Gemini. Pay attention to synchronicities. Allow them to bring you feeling. Okay, don't be afraid of them. And we have reorient. That's all that I have for you. Yeah, I'm being told to stop it here, Gemini. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.